Welcome back to Talk of the Town. We are joined now by our very good friend, Kelly Kinderman from New Awakenings. Kelly, welcome back to the program.
Thanks. Good morning.
And as I understand that you're going to be talking to us a little bit about this idea of launching your child. Talk to us a little bit about what are the launching years and when do they begin?
So the launching years are basically when you're preparing your child and yourself to leave home and go live their lives, right? So it changes, it's different for every family because of course every family and every child is different, but in general it starts within the senior year of high school and then goes through the first couple years of college. But what's interesting and something for parents to keep in mind that launching is a lot more difficult now than it was even one generation ago. Turning 18 doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to leave the home and be financially independent. Kids are in fact going into adolescence a lot earlier and then taking a little bit longer to become living independent lives, I should say that. And so it makes our job a little bit harder than the years when they would either go off to college, go in the military, or get a job and move out.
Sure.
Those years are kind of gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, even, I noticed a difference even between myself and my brother, who's 8 years behind me. So
Right. Yeah, life
that change kind of, and
Yeah.
even I moved back home for a little while, so it happens, it's okay. So what are some of the most difficult issues that parents face while launching their children?
I think one of the most common ones and the bigger challenges parents face is actually navigating an adult relationship with their child and seeing them as an adult and learning to adjust or change their mindset around the influence that they have on their lives. Because it can be really hard for parents for us to sit back and let our kids make choices that we might feel are mistakes, but that's our bridge to cross, and we have to kind of have faith in them that they're going to use the skills that they've learned and make the choices that they need to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, we're talking about some things that seem kind of scary for parents and kids here.
Yeah.
But there are some positive consequences of launching your child. I wonder if you could talk to us a little bit about those.
They are positive, but they are scary, like you said. It's a difficult time for parents to face sometimes, to take the focus off their kids and put it back on themselves.
Yeah.
And I really get that. It can be really scary. But it is a time of renewal. It can be different for anybody. But you can invest more time in your intimate relationships, find new friendships, or maybe just reconnect with old friends, focus on your career or change your career goal by going back to school yourself, explore spirituality. Or, it could just be a time where you simply just kind of reconnect with who you are before you were mom or dad and get back to cooking or gardening or, riding a bike, anything that made you you before you became mom and dad,
And hopefully enjoy a period of time, maybe a couple years anyway, before the grandkids.
Right. That's usually the thought. I think most parents would agree with you there, yeah.
Right, yeah, absolutely. So what are the most common pitfalls or mistakes that parents might make when launching their child?
Well, I think two of my biggest ones, I would say, is assuming because your child is turning 18 that they should be ready to launch. Every kid develops differently, has different needs, and they might need additional support and guidance before they're ready to go. So 18 doesn't mean, okay, it's time to go. And then also, if you're not managing your anxiety well around the idea of them leaving home, I'm not suggesting that you don't talk about your feelings around it and let them know you're sad that they're leaving and that you have some worries. That's natural. But not making it their responsibility to hold that space for you.
Right.
And then I think more on a funny side, I would say maybe steer clear of the "I told you so" conversation or "when I was your age," because they don't really connect with our upbringing. Just as some days we shake our heads and like, what is going on here with them, right?
Right.
So it's not always the most productive conversation.
Sure, right.
So
Yeah.
if you choose to have that, good luck. But
let them make the mistakes and let them feel the natural consequences that follow.
Yeah,
absolutely. So this is obviously a pretty major transition, and we just have a couple of seconds left.
Yeah.
Can you talk to us really quickly about some things that parents can do to kind of help their kids through this transition?
I think just keeping the communication open and safe. Normalizing their fears and talking about your own and making it an open conversation. You know, I mean, the idea is that we've been preparing them for this and ourselves
Right.
for quite a while, and they should be okay.
Kelly Kinderman from New Awakenings, thank you so much for joining us
Thank you for
today.
having me again.
Don't go away. When we come back, we're going to talk about a great new place in town to buy a fabulous burger. It's Talk of the Town.